Hey guys, this is As Above So Below podcast. My name is Juliana Luna. How are you guys today? I feel like I should switch up my intro just a little bit. I mean, I like the, whole hey guys, but I don't know. Do you guys find it annoying when I ask how you guys are every Saturday? I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. As you can see by the title, my personal guide on detachment. Today we're going to be talking about detaching. I asked a really close friend, shout out to you, you know who you are, on what today's topic should be. Just because I say this a lot, there's a lot of things that I definitely want to touch, especially before I get other people on my podcast, because I do want to have like a more just a more variety filled, podcast. You know what I mean? Like I want to have other people on here, but not interview oriented. Like I want to do more like, one-on-one conversational kind of episodes, not interviews, cuz Lord knows I can't interview. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I probably could interview somebody, but that's just not what I want on my podcast. I want, conversations, introduce them, with it being with either like close friends, other podcasters, because I think I have, I only know 2 people that have podcasts. It's this one guy. He's my age, actually. He's pretty cool. And then it was one of my old teachers, actually. He was actually giving me like a lot of really good advice, and he not necessarily motivated me, but he definitely gave me a lot of really good pointers on how to stay, motivated. Gave me some pointers on how to stay more organized while, talking in my podcast and stuff, using like notes and stuff like that, which is what I'm doing right now, and other things like that. But those are just examples of people that I'd have on my podcast. But yeah, my personal guide on detachment, something that I feel like, not necessarily is a serious topic, but it's a very widespread topic. Like you can touch many different points with detachment, whether it's from a person, an object, like a certain substance, family members, actual relationships, like a romantic relationship, like a friendship, anything like that. And I feel like this episode will touch a lot of people that I know probably need to hear it, especially the person that recommended it. So let's get right into it. So when we think of the definition of detachment, we'll see that it says to disengage something or part something, or to remove or separate oneself from. Now, to dissect that, we can see it means like the word disengage. So disengage, obviously you know what that means. You're not dumb. To disengage from something, you're totally taking your whole, like, all of your everything away from it. You're disengaging from it. And I think when we talk about detachment, like, it's actually a very strong word. Like when I think of detaching, think of like the physicality of it. Like a sticky note, for example. Like you're detaching that first piece of paper from the second piece of paper and removing it. Try and put that same thing onto a person. You're literally removing like either memories, feelings, anything from that person, like you're doing with the sticky note. How do you even do that? You know what I mean? Obviously, it's physically impossible, but mentally, teaching yourself how to detach, I'm not saying it's hard. It's definitely something that you'll need to learn, but it is definitely doable. And I will be giving you 3 ways on how to do it in a healthy way without any, negative distractions, without doing it to the extreme, and doing it in a self-pacing way, in a way that will just benefit you in every way, because I'll never give you guys like any type of advice that I wouldn't take. You know what I mean? Every type of advice, everything that I talk about in my podcast, literally all my topics are advice given through what I've been through. And that's how I know it's good advice, because I've seen it be put to work, because I used it. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's for everybody, because, everybody's different, but the advice works because I've seen it work. And I'm not saying just on me either. Like, there's people that have, came up to me, went out of their way to come up to me like, hey, Juliana, like I listened to your podcast and, that really resonated with me. That really touched me. And I just want to say thank you. I'm just going to intervene this. Thank you to everybody who listens to my podcast, and then speaking up about it as well. Just going out of your way to say something, commenting on my podcast episode, personally DMing me. It really makes me feel good because, I'm starting out with this and I don't get too much feedback, but I do get a lot of feedback, just not like a lot. And I just appreciate, any type of comments that, come my way, whether they're constructive criticism, actual genuine compliments or just whatever. I appreciate everything. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, people actually come up to me saying it really resonated with me. It really touched me. And that's just another example of, I know this shit works. So, the 3 things that I'm just going to list them, the 3 things, and then I'm going to dissect them individually. So the first 3 things that I have is look at a situation for what it is and not for what you want it to be. The second one is use the 5-year rule, which, like I said, I'm going to dissect these. And then number 3, healthy distractions. That simple. Wanting to detach from something is not a hard task. The only thing that makes it hard is knowing how to do it subconsciously, not having to listen to a podcast to know how to do it. You know what I mean? Just implementing it into, things in your life. And you don't have to do these, 3, I don't want to call them rules, but these 3 things in order, oh, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is no. You can use just one of these and it'll help you. You can use the last one and it'll help you. You can use the second one and it'll help you. But just knowing how to do it subconsciously is the only challenge that you'll need to overcome with these topics. So boom. Look at the situation for what it is and not what you want it to be. Boy, girl, whoever's listening to this, stop being delusional. Stop being delusional. What I mean by that is look at the situation for what it is. I'm going to put a person into the situation. If it's a person you're trying to detach from, do not let that person show you who they are. I want to say more than twice. If they're showing you the type of person they are, they fuck up once. Okay. I'll give you another chance, because second chances are okay. It is okay. They show you are a second time. Boom. Take it what it is, not what you want it to be. Because as soon as you try to be like Miss Save-A-Ho for yourself, trying to live in a fairy tale, that's where you got yourself messed up, because you're just creating false narratives for whatever you're going through. And like I said, detachment is not just for a person. Let's say it's through something traumatic. Of course, making light of a situation and being optimistic is always great. But if you know some fucked up shit happened to you, don't try to, make light of the situation and be just discredit your feelings. You know what I mean? Don't just discredit your feelings and act like, oh, well, it happened, I can move on, da-da-da-da. No, understand your feelings and stop trying to paint a false narrative of what you want. Look at the situation as it is. Yeah, damn, that fucked up shit did happen. How do I feel about that? Ask yourself that. Because it's always okay to I feel like we always are just, especially, my listeners straight out of high school. We're worried about, getting a job, making money, either going to college, doing this, doing that. And I feel like we're trying to just rush through everything. You know what I mean? It's okay to just sit down, relax, and ask yourself how you're doing, because at the end of the day, the realest love you'll ever get is self-love. And that is so real. The realest love you'll ever get is self-love. So just make sure to ask yourself how you're doing and look at a situation for what it is, not what you want it to be. Because like I said, you'll just have yourself messed up at the end of the day and paying these false narratives and, it's trying to manifest whatever the fuck, which that manifestation shit, okay, yeah, I'm not saying that is bullshit, but if you're not putting the actions in behind it and you're just trying to, like I said, be delulu, no, that's not how that works. The second topic, use the 5-year rule. I had saw this on social media actually, and it was like some don't waste 5 minutes on it if it's not gonna matter in 5 years, or it was something like that. I'm pretty sure that's how the saying went. But use that, you know what I mean? Stop overthinking. I feel like that's a big part of, learning to detach too, is we overthink a lot. And about a situation, about a specific person, or whatever, you're trying to detach from. Stop overthinking the situation and putting yourself in a position to where you're just soaking in this absolute sadness. You know what I mean? If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't waste 5 minutes on it, whether it's a person, and it's weird because subconsciously, I feel like a lot of girls do this. We always choose the guys that like do us the most dirty to like take serious, But I don't know. I just see it a lot. I'm not saying me specifically or like, but I see it a lot. Like girls will take a guy that they know is not top notch, or not, how do I break down top notch? That is not like a 5-star dude. And they'll try and go above and beyond. Oh, I love him. Oh, I like him. Da 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 da. But it's like, he's not even all that. Like, first of all, he's a cheater. Second of all, he's not that cute. It's just stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of girls do that, but by accident. We don't be meaning to. We just do it. And yeah, if it's not gonna matter in 5 minutes, like I said, whether it's a situation, a person, whatever you can implement into this, don't waste 5 minutes on it. Stop overthinking about stuff and just, learn to just let it go. And like I said, this whole detachment stuff, like, it's definitely something that the challenge that you'll have to overcome is learning how to do it subconsciously, not having to go to a podcast to learn how to do this, not having to read an article on how to get over so-and-so, or how to, heal from this traumatic, you know what I mean? Not having to do that, learning to do it subconsciously. And that comes with experience. That comes with age and maturity. So, don't stress it. That's why you got me. That's why you're listening to this. It's okay. So yeah, that's the 5-year rule. If it won't matter in 5 years, don't waste 5 minutes. And then the last one is healthy distractions. So I have 3 like little dissections of it, because healthy distractions, it's kind of like an umbrella. And I have loving yourself, creating hobbies, and then being with family. Now with healthy distractions, obviously comes loving yourself. When we think of healthy distractions, we're thinking of something that doesn't take a toll on your health, your health, you know what I mean? Healthy distractions, something that doesn't take a toll on your health. And I feel like a lot of people, and I keep saying this, I feel like a lot of people, but I'm serious. Like, I do see this a lot, especially with people my age, in the 18 through 25, like, little bubble or whatever. They turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they turn to other people. I was just talking about this with somebody, how you can't use another person to get over somebody. Because at the end of the day, all you really truly have is yourself. And if you use this other person to get over either another person, a situation, if they leave you, you're just going to be 10 times more sadder than you already were. So that's just part of loving yourself. You know what I mean? And, loving yourself, healthy distractions, something that doesn't take a toll on your health. So, just being with yourself, self-reflecting, journaling. And I'm not saying that all that mumble jumble journaling, because it's not for everybody. Not everybody can just open up, a notepad and start writing down their feelings. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody. But, just doing things that won't take a toll on your health, whether that's watching an episode of your favorite TV show, you know what I mean? Or walking your dog, or, going out to do this with some friends, stuff like that. And then creating hobbies. I feel like a lot of people just be bored. That's why they sit here and overthink. That's why people sit here and, turn to unhealthy distractions. It's because they're bored. Get up and do something. You know what I mean? Start working out. Start binge watch, your favorite TV show over again. Learn how to cook something, you know what I mean? Bake a damn cake, something, you know what I mean? Stop being bored. Create some hobbies and, learn to be by yourself too. Like, those hobbies don't necessarily always have to be with like other people, hints on all those things that I just named are done by yourself. Being by yourself is okay. And that's a major thing in this whole detachment process, healing process is, relearning yourself, basically seeing a situation as it is and not what you want it to be. You know what I mean? You have to be by yourself to do that, because if you're just surrounded, by your friends or just other people, like, they're probably just not necessarily going to tell you what you want to hear, because we do all have that one friend that is, boom, straight to the point. This is what it is and this is what it ain't. But at the end of the day, you need to resonate with your own thoughts and be like, okay, because that's the healthiest way to do it. You know what I mean? Just resonating with your own thoughts and understanding like, okay, I understand that so-and-so is this and not this, or this situation is this and not this, So creating those hobbies, doing them things like by yourself type shit will just work out for you in the long run. Work out for you in the long run. And then last one I have is being with your family. This one's a little bit more personal, and I feel like a lot of other people might resonate with it only because, I don't know. Like I said, it's a little bit more personal, but I think other people will resonate with it. But being with your family, I have a lot of siblings. I'm the oldest of 7 children. Yep, 7. I'm not gonna spell it, but yeah, 7 children. I'm the oldest. And I have a lot of little brothers. I have 2 sisters, so do the math. And I love them all dearly. I have a brother who doesn't live that far from me. He's like a 20 minute drive, but he has a different mom than me. We have the same dad. And, he's always texting me. We have each other on social media like, hey, Juju, like, let's hang out, da, da, da. He's like 13, 14. He's 14. And, that, bro, he's bad as hell. It's so funny. And I don't know. I feel like I need to make more time to, see him, because I know he loves me and he misses his big sister type shit. And I feel like it would just be really healthy for the both of us. And even you too, like whoever's like listening to this, like spending time with your family, taking your brother out or taking, even your mom out. Like, hey mom, like, do you have time to go get some dinner? I just want to spend some time with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a problem with asking, your sibling, your cousin, your mom, your dad that. You know what I mean? It's very healthy for the both of you guys. And believe it or not, you'll probably have a lot of relief off your shoulders by doing something like that. Because, I'm not, with it being summertime, me working, hanging out with friends and stuff like that, it's summertime. I'm, doing stuff. I'm not really home like that. So, the periods that I do get to spend, like, with my mom, whether that's, just like a small, like, intervene in my day, whether that's 5 minutes or 5 hours of us just talking, you know what I mean? It feels really good. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I just had a really good conversation with my mom. And, you should try it too. I feel like a lot of people take that kind of stuff for granted. And, with us getting older and stuff like that, time is going by really fast. You know what I mean? To the graduates, that high school from 9th grade to 12th grade was boom, done like that. So just imagine like how life after high school is going to be. I'm not saying that it's going to go even 10 times faster, but you know what I mean? Like, if you're a person that has a lot of stuff set up for yourself, like, okay, step 1, I'm going to do this, go to college. Step 2, find the job, da 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 da. It's all going to go by really fast. So just making time for your family and stuff like that, I feel like will, it's just really healthy for the mental. It's really healthy for the mental. And I feel like people should take that more seriously. You know what I mean? Because with all this stuff going on in today's world, we don't know we don't know what's going to happen next. So just like I said, making time for your family, it's good for the mental. And I think it should be taken more serious. But, yeah. I think, my personal guide on detachment, it's definitely not for everybody, but using these 3, like I said, I don't want to say rules because they're not rules. You don't have to do step 1, step 2, step 3. Like, you can just do step 1 and you'll be good. Look at the situation for what it is and not for what you want it to be. Doing that subconsciously, that should be a trick in your brain to be like, oh yeah, I'm tripping. Let me stop. You know what I mean? Boom, detached. So, like I said, these are not for everybody. Definitely useful. I don't give no advice to my podcast listeners that I know doesn't work, because I've been through it. I've seen it work. You know what I mean? I've used these personal 3 things and it's worked, whether it was with a person or a certain situation. So, just let me know if like any of these resonated with you. You can either DM me personally, comment on this podcast, or just share on your story, listening to time mark 10:15 through 11:16, something like that. You know what I mean? It don't hurt to do that. I always appreciate that. But yeah, my personal guide to detachment. Thank you for listening. That's all I have for this episode. Like I said, comment, like, share, give me a 5 stars if you're listening on Spotify. Give me a thumbs up if you're listening. Well, no, you can't do that. I'm gonna say give me a thumbs up if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, but you can't do that. You cannot do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. Comment, like, reshare, do all that. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna have all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, in the little description, so make sure to follow me on all those. Tag me in anything that you repost about my podcast or anything. In my Instagram bio, I have a second account. It's for like most of the photo shoots that I do, and then my throwaways. But I share a lot of like my podcast reviews and just a lot of what people say about my podcast on that page. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be in my bio on my Instagram that I link in this description. So you can go to that through there and follow me on there as well, juliana.org with 2 G's. And yeah, you listeners have a wonderful day. I'm about to finish throughout mine, and yeah, have a nice day. Goodbye.